Hello, John Lord here, and I am going to do a video today about doing stuff in the garden. Not about how nice the garden is and all, look at these lovely plants, but actually about a few technical things, and I'll try not to make it very boring. And we're going to look at geraniums, or should I say pelargoniums. Now, everybody calls these geraniums, but they're in fact pelargoniums, and the mistake was made about 200 years ago, and it's going to be there forever. Everyone is going to call them geraniums forever, but they in fact are pelargoniums, and I'm going to call them geraniums as well. Now, in the winter time, this is one pulled out of a basket, and it's a bit tatty, and what do? It's in a peat-based compost, which blows them up a little bit. Very handy for quick flowering and quick turnaround, but for long term, for geraniums and for a lot of plants like that, you're better off with a soil-based compost, which is based on garden soil. Now here we have a bit of garden soil. That's just rough garden soil. It's not sterilised, so you will get a few weeds, and throw a bit of it down. Now you can see it's not good. So it's not good soil. It's rough. And then we'll mix a bit of sand with it. Just like we're baking a cake. I'll just crack an egg into it next. And you put some sort of organic-y stuff through it, not a lot. Just to stop the soil from caking up. But if you just use garden soil on its own, it would cake. Garden soil, so you get a nice crumbly mixture. And as I said earlier, if you were doing a gardening competition, you wouldn't call it bake off, you would call it rake off. And here's the plant, here's our victim. Take a lot of the surplus peaty sort of stuff away, and then we take every dodgy leaf off, and if you think about geraniums, you look up at them and you can see, and snap them off at the base and get the clear stem, because any little bits left behind can cause rot, and you want a good air circulation through them. Now here we go, that's looking a bit better. Now it's ready. Leave it at that. And we're using a clay pot, sort of old-fashioned clay pot. We don't bother putting a crock at the bottom. Bang a bit of soil in. Put in your geranium. And leave about an inch. Now you firm reasonably well with soil-based composts, and with peat-based compost you don't firm much at all, but you firm reasonably well, and leave about an inch for watering purposes. And then what you do is fill it up to the top. Let it drain away, and then we put it in a saucer. Following day, if there's any water in the saucer, you remove that water and you let it go bone dry, and then you water it to the top again. So bone dry, very wet. Let it go bone dry, and you go very wet. What's happening there is there's movement happening in the soil, and it's like nature, the stuff going through the soil, air and stuff, and it's approximating to its natural conditions. If you keep putting little bits of water on it all the time, you keep it permanently wet, and it hates it. And if a geranium gets over wet, the leaves go yellow and the stems rot. Now you can put that inside for the winter, and if you're lucky enough to have a conservatory or a nice sunny windowsill inside, and that will flower all winter. And here's one that was done earlier, just like in the cookery programs. This one I just took out of the oven, and you can see how well it works. That was just an ordinary bog standard geranium for use in summer baskets and summer containers. And here we snip off an old. You just have to do a bit of deadheading occasionally. And okay, that's geraniums.